The school to prison pipeline.
The school to prison pipeline.
The school to prison pipeline.
The school to prison pipeline is a term to describe how American kids are funneled out of the public school system and into the criminal justice system. Basically, harsh zero-tolerance policies have been implemented in schools. The hope was that it would keep little things from building up, but as a result, it has led to more suspensions, expulsions, and especially in-school arrests. In most schools, forget about hallway monitors, students often have to deal with school police. Minor offenses that might have landed you in the principal's office back in the day can now actually lead to your arrest. A study in Texas found that 97% of the state's suspensions were for subjective reasons made by the discretion of school administrators. Students of color and those with disabilities are disproportionately affected. 1 in 6 students in the U.S. are Black, but they account for 1 in 3 arrests in schools, trapping them in a cycle of discipline and incarceration. Black students and white students get sent to the principal's office at similar rates, but Black students are more likely to end up with a serious punishment for doing the same things as their white peers. Schools with officers have 5 times as many arrests for disorderly conduct as those without them, and out-of-school suspensions have doubled since the 1970s, even though juvenile crime rates have now been dropping for years. Getting suspended or expelled means more time away from school, which means getting behind on work and coming back to school without knowing the content you're supposed to be working on. In fact, suspended students are more likely to be held back a grade, end up in juvie, or just drop out altogether. And dropping out of high school makes you 3 times more likely to get arrested. But there are solutions. Restorative justice is something that many schools are embracing as an alternative to suspension and other forms of communicative discipline. More teachers are taking a genuine interest in their well-being of a student as opposed to only teaching the curriculum. They're trying to understand a student's background and struggles in order to understand their behavior and why they're acting out. Restorative justice is about building a community, repairing relationships when conflict happens, and supporting everyone to be accountable for one another.
I'm not saying take away the discipline, but as you're adding that disciplinary act or that consequence, you're explaining, why am I doing this? You're explaining the reason I am disciplining you is because this happened, and this is how you can fix this down the line.